Well, I'm coming to the end of my time here back in the UK. I had to do a Canteen Cup Tuesday from the English woodland. So here I am at a secret location deep in the Cornish countryside. You can see that there's a few better spots for a little Canteen Cup lunch than right here. Beautiful. I'm also going to combine it with a review on this little item here from Quality Camping Products. It's the Andes Bivi Bag. It's a nylon PU coated 3000mm hydrostatic head bivy bag. It's the cheapest one that you can buy. I got this on Amazon UK. I think the price was £11 and I think it was about 12 quid delivered or something. So right at the bottom end as far as price goes there. I've used it 3 times so far. One time was up on the top of Brown Willie there on Bodmin Moor. So I'm just going to give you my thoughts on this really. So on today's lunch menu we've got one of these from Morrison's, a Mexican rice pre-cooked with all sorts of other goodies in it, and I'm going to cheer that up with a bit of bacon, a bit of English bacon, no fat on it. So when I left Trinidad on my world tour, I left with a minimum of camping equipment. I intended to go camping, do some outdoor stuff, but I left with my hammock, the tarp, the light sil nylon tarp that I use for my hammock, and that's about it. Went over to Florida, had a great couple of days there with Tim, and Tim gifted me some things. So he gifted me the spork set, and he also gifted me a Canteen cup, amongst other things, with a lid. So I'm chuffed to bits with that. So that's augmented my camping gear, so I brought that over. So having arrived in the UK, I went down to a place called Trago Mills, famous in Cornwall for bargain stuff. Got myself a little folding hexamine stove, 2 quid. I ordered this before I arrived. I got it sent to my brother's there. I'll tell you a little bit about that later. And I've kind of built it along the way, and a whole bunch of other stuff from what would be the equivalent of the dollar store here. It's called Poundland. I'll show you a shot of that. Some of the items I got from a camping trip. Anyway, lunch. Smells tomatoey and delicious. So, while I'm waiting for my Canteen Cup Tuesday delight to cool down a bit, here's a bit of a rundown on this. The Andes Bivi Bag. Dimensions 235 by 85 centimetres, 55 centimetres down at the foot. It's made of nylon with a PU coating, and according to this it's 3000mm hydrostatic head. That means it can stand the water pressure of the depth of about 3 meters of seawater, of fresh water on the fabric. And I've got to say, having used it, I believe that. The fabric is very light, but it is waterproof. I believe that it will withstand that kind of, it will resist water to the degree that they say. I'm going to stretch this out and show you it, etc. But just to give you a run round, it's got a pretty standard zip down the length there. The problem is the zip isn't waterproof. The material either side of the zip is not the same water resistance as the material that the bag's made from. There is a seam also on the other side of the bag, and I know that when I hold it up to the light and I pull it apart, kind of stretch it out, I can see a little bit of light through there, so I don't feel that that's particularly watertight either. However, you can't complain for what it costs. It's probably the cheapest reusable bivy bag on the market, certainly that I've seen. I've not seen any other reviews on it, nothing on YouTube, which is why I'm doing this, for anybody else that might be interested in doing it. For those that don't really know much about bivy bags or what a bivy bag is, it's a waterproof sack that you get into. There's different designs. There's some quite heavy duty ones. The military all over the place use them now also. It's kind of a step down from a one-man tent. You're still exposed to the elements, but this bag just covers everything. They're supposed to be waterproof. The more expensive ones are Gore-Tex, and that's in an effort to cut down condensation and moisture inside, which is a drawback with the single use or these cheaper ones, because it's not breathable. If the temperatures outside get low enough, and I've used this one to about 20, it was 12 degrees C, not particularly low, that's probably in the 50s in American, but I didn't have any trouble with condensation at that level, so it's okay. It turns, you know, I figure I've got like a 3-season sleeping bag, it probably makes it like a 3+ season sleeping bag. It's another layer that you can add to sort of make your sleep system a little warmer, on top of things like sleeping bag liners, etc. Usually you put your sleeping mat inside. With this one, it's not going to last long if you don't take care of it, so you can't tread on it, you can't stand up on it with your feet in it and things like that. And I would definitely use a ground sheet for it. Put something down before you put the bag down. But other than that, it saved my bacon up on the tour there, up on Brown Willie on Bodmin Moor. It was definitely handy. I wouldn't have been able to get through without it. I was under equipped, I know that I was, but that made it possible, so I'm very pleased that I got it. So my view would be, it's great for the money, you can't beat it. Just don't expect to sleep out in a rainstorm with it and stay dry. You won't, because of what I pointed out there with the zip. What else to tell you? But I can see this and a tarp, which is what I did up on the mountain there, but maybe a better rigged tarp if it wasn't howling conditions. It's definitely workable for a very lightweight shelter system. Alright, I'm hungry. It's time to eat. There it is then. My offering for this week's Canteen Cup Tuesday. I'm not going to pull that leaf down yet. I'm not going to leave. There you go. For this Canteen Cup Tuesday, Mexican style rice with bacon. My first and only one from the UK to this point, and one of the very first that I've done with a proper Canteen Cup. All my other Canteen Cup Tuesdays have been with the Arctic Canteen Cup, and with other things that I've put together. Which reminds me, Bluefin has a video out this week. He did a Canteen Cup Tuesday, go and check him out. He did it with his Arctic Canteen Cup that he was gifted by Cheesehead Chris. So it's worth checking him out. Go over and see him. Alright, I'm going to chow down and then take a nap. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Scout out.